Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here, back with another video. This is kind of just gonna be a little kind of talky video. It's not a review or anything like that. Here's the thing. Okay, so we're all collectors, and whatever it is we're collecting, whether it's Star Wars or Marvel, DC, Hot Wheels, whatever. And there's all sorts of different things we collect, and I'm gonna get to my point in just a moment. A couple days ago, I was watching the original Terminator on DVD, and it got me thinking. Another thing that a lot of people collect, and I collect a little bit of this myself, is the kind of movie collectibles, movie figures based on specific characters in movies, and obviously Star Wars falls in that category as well. But what I'm talking about are a lot of movies. How can I put this? You have companies like McFarlane did this, and now NECA has really become kind of the go-to company. It seems like almost the number one company, and they do they do stuff for like newer movies, like they did like figures for like the Hunger Games and stuff like that. But a lot of their niche, a big part of their niche of what they do is stuff from the 80s and big movies. And they've done stuff for Gremlins and I think Ghostbusters as well. We've seen the Rocky figures, and I've seen a lot of you guys that follow me and that I've been following for a while and watch your videos. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that collect these figures as well, and three movies come to mind. Movies like the Terminator and Aliens and the Predator, specifically the original films. Or anyway, so and I was just thinking, these figures have been so great, and they're greatly articulated most of the time, and great detail and all this stuff. And we've gotten a lot of Alien and Predator figures, and now we're finally getting figures of Dutch, which is the Schwarzenegger character from the original Predator. And now in a few months we get finally Colonial Marine figures. Now McFarlane did the Corporal Hicks figure several years back, and it's pretty good. But I've seen the pictures of these NECA figures, and they look amazing, and it just look really cool. And it just got me thinking, movies like this, and and a few others I'm probably forgetting to mention. A lot of the people, now there's various ages of you guys out there in this little collector group. But a lot of the people that I know collect these are sort of younger guys. Guys and girls, I'm sure girls as well. But people that didn't see, I grew up in the 80s, so I grew up with these movies. A lot of the people that collect these figures, they didn't, these movies are before their time. So they didn't grow up with these movies, but obviously at some point they saw them, whether it was their father showed it to them or whatever, or a friend showed it to them, or however it was. And I was just thinking that these movies are almost 30 years old. Next year it'll be 30 years for the original Terminator, and then in a couple years after that it'll be 30th anniversary for Aliens and Predator and so on and so forth. And it'd be cool to see if anything happens on these anniversaries. Do they get like a re-release in the theaters? Will we see them in 3D or something? I don't know. Especially with Terminator and Aliens, because James Cameron, who with Avatar kind of brought 3D back and sort of started this resurgence of 3D, and so maybe we might see that with Terminator and Aliens. I don't know if I want to see those in 3D, but it'd be nice to see them re-released in theaters. See them on the big screen again. But I was just thinking, it's just again. It's like there's something about those movies and so many other movies that just have a shelf life. They just endure. And I was just thinking about that again. Like I said, these movies are almost 30 years old. They're well over 25. And it's like there's still an audience for them. There's still a there's still enough of a group of people that want to see stuff, merchandise and figures and other things based on these movies. There's still a market for that stuff. And I was just thinking, it's just kind of cool. And it's like, why do some movies endure? Why do they not? And those three that I specifically mentioned, and again, I'm just kind of basing it on that. First of all, it's just so, obviously they're so well made. You have great characters and great stories and great action. 80s had the best action movies. I don't care what anyone says. Where it's just that, so you have that, and it's just, for whatever it is, there's something about those movies, those stories, those characters that are just interesting and cool, and they just endure, like I said. So I just something that I'd been thinking about as I was watching The Terminator. And like I said, it just got me thinking, and I think it's really cool. I have some of the Alien and Predator figures. I have a lot of the McFarlane figures from, they did, besides Alien and Predator, they did a lot of the sort of horror movie monsters, Jason, Freddy, and characters like that. And is it just that they make really cool, interesting looking figures, or is it because they're from cool, entertaining, enduring movies, or is it both? I would kind of lean towards it being both. Because if a figure is just some boring guy, it's just, it's like, okay, what's the point? I had a friend once, way back, and this is going a bit off topic, and he was doing it. This is when the Phantom Menace first came out, and the toys were just coming out, and there was a local newspaper was doing a story on the collecting and how, this was gonna Star Wars collecting was gonna start up again. And he was asking him about, like, well, which characters do you think are going to be the most popular? And he said, again, this is before the movie came out, and he said Jar Jar and Darth Maul. And he says, they're just the more interesting looking characters. Humans are boring. We all look alike. This is quoting him, not me. But I think that's a big part of it as well. You put something out with Darth Maul and people snap it up because he's just such a cool, interesting looking character. Such a great look. But yeah, anyway, I would love to know what your thoughts on this, especially the guys that collect the NECA figures. I'm really excited to get a hold of those Alien Colonial Marines figures when they come out. I want to try and get the Predator figures. I have Predator figures. I want to get the Dutch figure, the Schwarzenegger figure. I've been looking at some of the Terminator figures that have come out from the first two movies, and they look really cool. I think I'm going to pick up some of those. But yeah, I was just thinking, what are your guys' thoughts on this? It's just, like I said, it's just something that came to me as I was watching this movie, and kind of inspired me to do this video. So, yeah, that's about it. But let me know what you guys think. And as usual, hope you enjoyed these types of videos. And as usual, comment, rate, subscribe. And until my next vid, I'll see you guys later.